Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Try to switch it up on us.
Yeah, they said try to switch it up on us. Yes, I did. Also, they have been calling me Carol Baskin. Baskins today because lots of leopard happening here. But, so anyway. There we go. We just had a super long Carol Baskins conversation. I don't even want to talk anymore. I don't want to talk to any of you because you're just going to make fun of me.
You can just tell them to finish the notes and then end the video.
Finish the notes, watch the video tomorrow. I don't know. Bring your packets and we'll review and then do your packets. And I think I'm going to make your test on Monday for everybody because, like, fingers crossed, we'll all be back together on Monday. Hopefully.
Yay!
Yay! And then the fight happens between those two.
I want to see that.
Because he sits right there too, so you both sit in the exact same seat.
Dad, you're gonna have to move, bud. I'm sorry.
Dad, she's telling you that you have to move, but you wouldn't know because you don't watch the videos. He came in. I know, because he came in on Friday and was like, "Oh, look, you get a new screen," and I was like, "Huh." If you would have noticed on Friday, we spent 20 minutes talking about my new screen.
Roasted, Dad.
I can't wait to have you all back in class together. It's going to be fun. Huh. And then there's no video evidence of what happens in this room.
There's no camera surveillance in here either.
So we can
I know.
really just,
Yeah, it's too old. It's Jefferson.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't. They're not allowed.
Not too.
Like this was like a huge union issue because they're not supposed to. Like they can't video us, but we're videoing ourselves, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know.
All
right.
All the rules.
But they're kind of like making you like video or
But
something.
you can do it other ways. This is just easy.
Yeah. When we're done here, I'm going to need your help.
Okay.
BT Dub.
Uh-huh.
I got a new webcam.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to use the webcam.
Okay.
Okay.
You got that.
I mean, I know how to use webcam. I don't know how to video it and upload it to my internets, to the YouTubes.
It's just a camera attached to your computer.
But I don't know where it goes.
We'll work on it later.
Like, I don't know where these videos go once because on
Videos
here,
folder.
it's on my phone.
It
So
goes to your videos folder in your files.
there's one of those there?
Uh-huh.
Huh. Huh.
Like there's pictures, documents, downloads, music, videos.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Do you know what I know that I didn't know that he taught me? I was looking at that printer, and he's like, it's old, it's probably from whatever year. And I said, how do you know that? And he's like, because it's beige. And I was like, what? And he's like, because it's beige, and they don't make beige computers anymore.
Beige computers were in the 90s.
Yeah, so it's from like the 90s.
Are you some type of like wizard?
He's a wizard.
No, I just spend my time watching way too many crappy YouTube videos when I should probably be learning my schoolwork.
Hey, speaking of that, don't forget on Thursday you have a vocabulary quiz.
Oh, great.
Great. 11 through 20.
You got this
Yes.
this time. You got this.
Yes, you got this,
No
dude.
problem.
You got this
You
this
can't
time.
be exempt.
No,
Right.
no promises.
Speaking of that. All right, let's talk about acids and bases. We don't have a whole ton of slides left today, so we're done. No whispering. What?
Secrets.
She said a
I just said acid.
mature word.
Oh. Ez learned that word. Did I tell you the story? He learned that word at a party. At a party, somebody said it, and
What
he's
kind
like,
of parties do your children go to?
oh, it's the same one that she learned that
Actually,
dance
I
to.
don't know.
It was the same night. Like, it was just shenanigans in Kirby, not Morris.
They
Yes.
go to frat parties.
And yes, so I told my mom yesterday at dinner, I was like, Ez learned a new word. And she was like, and he was like thinking, and he was thinking, and then you saw it come to his face because then he remembered what he learned. It was hilarious. That kid's so funny.
What did I learn? I remembered I learned something. But
Yes, and then he's like, oh
What
yeah.
did I get yelled at again?
I love it. Yes. Okay, acids and bases. Water is H2O, obviously. Water dissociates into hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions. So that would be the OHs and the H. Here's a neutral waterish. If you were to add an acid, oh gosh, did you take chemistry?
Nope.
No, okay.
What did you take? Just engineering?
Yep.
Just engineering. Okay. So whenever you add an acid into water, it's going to dissociate and it's going to release more of these hydrogen ions.
Mm-hmm.
If you put it in a basic solution or an alkaline solution, it releases this hydroxyl ions. On the pH scale, 0 is more basic or is more acidic. 14 is basic. It likes pumpkin spice lattes and Ugg boots. It's time. It's time for that stuff too. My frigid fingers and cold toes. I'm not ready to put away my toes yet.
It's hoodie season, but nobody wants to admit it.
I'm gonna
Tomorrow
like.
is the first day of fall.
I know tomorrow's the first day of fall. I'm excited for tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun first day of fall.
Last day of summer, guys.
Oh.
This sucks.
Whoa, so much sun.
So much summer fun.
Yeah.
Yes. So water it's 7. It's neutral. Okay.
Supposed to.
Alkaline. Basic. I'm like, where do we get on this? So things that are super basic with things like ammonia and bleach, oven cleaner, things that are super acidic, lemon juice, stomach juice, grapefruit juice, tomato juice,
Well, lemon juice and
gastric juice.
stomach juice are like on the same level.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
So that's like
So no
someone's-
wonder nobody likes
Yes.
lemon juice.
I like lemon juice.
What's
Would you
filled
drink
with
a whole gallon of it?
magnesium?
I would not.
What is-
Human
Maybe a
urine.
drop or two.
What is?
But human urine's at 6, and I'm not going to drink a whole ton of that either.
Yeah,
but
not
that's
because
for
it's
different
acidic.
reasons.
Urines are the 6
I
and
know.
waters are the 7.
That's for different
Like, what?
reasons.
It should be. Okay, so that can change, right? Where should your human urine be? Closer to 5 or closer to 7?
Closer to 7.
Because you should be drinking
Drink,
so
drink,
much water.
hydrate.
You should be drinking so much water that your pee is crystal clear.
Correct. Your urine should be pretty clear. If it's
Mine
not
has-
pretty clear, drink some more
Mine has
water.
a nice tint to it.
Just
but
a little light tint.
It has a tint, but it's not, pure
It's
It
not
should not
orange.
be yellow or orange. Although sometimes if you're
Or
taking
red.
supplements, oh gosh, hopefully not red, it will turn kind of orangish.
What? Red?
That's bad.
That means you're
Yes.
having children.
Not for Aiden's sake.
Or you're.
If your urine,
You gotta
if there's
go.
blood in your urine, because girls have multiple
Yeah, that's
holes,
different. That's
right?
different.
Yeah,
So
I learned
if
that.
there's blood in your urine, that's not good. That's no bueno. Go to the doctor. Okay, so a buffer is something that takes something acidic and makes it more basic, or something more basic and makes it more acidic. So your stomach acid, which is up here at 2. Oh, I keep touching the screen.
You can touch it. It
huh?
doesn't do
What is
anything.
milk?
It's gonna make marks on it, and then it's gonna drive
And
me
it's
nuts.
bright enough on the light parts of it that you're not even going to notice them once it's off.
I'm going to know that it's there.
Okay.
Just the thought
Like if
that
he
you
could have
know
just
that.
left that protective plastic covering on it, that would have been super.
It wouldn't have been any better because in 3 months it'd get a whole bunch of bubbles in it and it would even look worse than fingerprints.
And then I would take it off.
And then you get mad about the fingerprints.
Correct.
You're back to square one.
But I would have 3 months of like bliss and no fingerprints.
What is milk with magnesium?
I'm gonna tell you in 1 second.
It makes you
So,
go,
say you have your stomach. Okay, so your stomach's here. Stomach. Okay. So your stomach is here, and that stomach is going to have a sphincter muscle. So a sphincter muscle is
Okay.
a circular muscle that opens and closes.
it's about.
Okay. Kind of like a valve, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it opens and closes. Some sphincter muscles, oh my gosh, there's giggling. Some sphincter muscles you can control, like your anus. You can control. When you learn how to go to the bathroom and not poop your pants, you are going to learn how to control that sphincter muscle. The sphincter muscle that's between your stomach and your esophagus, you cannot control that one. So it's normally going to stay closed so that the gastric juice doesn't go up into your esophagus. Sometimes it opens up a little bit, and then some of that stomach acid gets into your esophagus. What do we call that?
Puke.
No.
No, it's not.
Gas-
Gastric
acid.
reflex.
It could be acid reflux, or it could just be heartburn. Okay, so you've got this acidic gastric juice in your esophagus. So then you take some milk of magnesia. It comes in these little tablets that are kind of pressed together. They're kind of chalky. What are those things called? Tums. You take Tums. And it's pretty basic. So taking that basic Tums and adding it to the acidic gastric juice helps neutralize that acid.
So,
It's a buffer.
like Tums like milk or magnesium?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Just in a powder form. You can also take it liquid.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of gross.
Uh-huh.
I like the powder. They have flavors.
My mom has stories about from the hospital ER.
Yikes. Yeah. I had pretty bad heartburn when I was pregnant with my offspring. So I used to have a lot. I had like giant Sam's Club bottles in my desk because offspring. No more.
Yeah, your offspring kind of like destroyed.
Now my offspring caused me headaches. Who wants to guess why Mrs. Kania had to go to the hospital on Saturday
Which
afternoon?
one tripped
She
himself?
got pneumonia.
No pneumonia. I didn't get pneumonia.
One of them
Not
tripped
yet, not
himself
one.
and
One of
broke
them
their
hurt
arm.
themselves.
Did they hurt?
Gem up the nose.
Like a,
We're coming home from the park, and my daughter says, "Mommy, I put a gem up my nose."
what kind of gem?
Just a little one. Like, it was on her mask. So she was at this party, and they decorated face masks, and it was one of the ones with like the foil on the back and then the little gemstone.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I couldn't see it. Took her, they couldn't see it. Because then she told me that it had happened just then. Then she told my dad that it had happened at school, so I didn't know when it actually happened, but I made her go anyway.
Put it in the
And I wanted them to have to like gator it so that she would never do it again. Like, I wanted this to be the lesson. But they couldn't see it, and the doctor said that she thought that she probably already like went down her esophagus and to check for it in her stool.
She might poop out.
I'm not
later.
checking for it in her stool. Yeah. Chester ate a gemstone this summer. Do you know how I know? Because I saw it in his. Like, there was a little pile of Chester poo, and there was like a yellow gemstone sticking on top of it.
Like a nice little decoration.
Yep. That's why I had to go to the hospital this weekend. That was a good guess though. There was a point a couple of years ago that like I would leave for the weekend and Mr. Robinson would say, "Hey, try to stay out of the hospital this week." Okay, thanks.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm gonna do my best. Okay, we did that. We're gonna talk about acid precipitation. Acid precipitation is anything with an acidity lower than 5.6. It can be anything. So it can be rain is what we normally think of, but it could also be water vapor. It could be fog. You can have acid fog. You can have lots of stuff. One thing that we don't talk a lot about here or hear a whole lot about is acid fog or like really, really dense pollution, because we have most of that taken care of. China has really bad pollution. My brother-in-law, when he was in Beijing, they would have days off from school because the pollution was so bad they couldn't go outside. And obviously, like,
How do they know?
China's
that?
not telling
That's
us.
So
It's that bad. You like can't go outside. You can't breathe. It's awful.
What
You just
places have acid fog?
Any place. So any place, what happens is whenever the air pollution like combines in the atmosphere, then it can just cause the acid whatever. So whatever happens here. So this morning it was foggy. Instead of it just being like regular pH 7 fog, it would be like, I don't know, pH 5 fog. So it's the same atmospheric conditions that happen. It just so happens that
It's
it's that. It's just the pH changes. It can do things like kill trees. Here's the problem that they were having in Europe is that it was really messing up the statues and a lot of the old stuff because that acid was like eating away the marble. I don't know if you've ever had like granite countertops, but granite countertops, you have to keep that like coating on them. Do you know what I'm talking about? You like, almost like an oil, otherwise it'll get damaged from stuff. Oh, what do we have here? How to decrease acid precipitation. Some of this stuff is great, but it's not super plausible here. Like, we live really far away from most things in Greene County, so you're probably gonna have to drive a car. You're probably not gonna be able to walk. I guess Uber is a thing. I am still yet to Uber.
I saw something. It was you
I've
can
never
order a
used
walking buddy to go with you on Google Maps now.
That's fun.
Like for a 5-mile thing, it's like $3 to have a walking buddy.
I feel like that's kind of.
So like, it's an actual person? So I'm like, I'm kind of feeling lonely today. I'm gonna scroll in and I'm gonna have Bob come be my walking buddy.
I feel like
I don't know exactly, but it was like, okay, on Google Maps, you can take a bus, you can take a plane, you can take a bike, you can take a walking buddy.
Oh, so I want to go to Walmart, so I'm going to order a plane.
You could.
Huh.
You can play a little suspect.
Interesting.
Like, for example, Miss Mia orders a walking buddy, and he like turns out to be some psycho.
Yeah, like I feel like that's
on the walk,
scary.
on the walk to wherever they go.
Can you get killed?
And
Can
you
you
never
kill
see her
them?
again.
Right. That might
She's
be a way to
actually-
find my new victims. I mean,
She's
friends.
actually planning it out. Like what she's gonna do.
Reactions. In a reaction, the left-hand side are the reactants, the right-hand side are the products. We know this. In a reaction, we're going to rearrange the products. I don't know what chapter we're doing next. I'm kind of holding off on this test because I want to see if we come to school 4 days a week next week or not. But if we do come to school 4 days a week, we're going to go ahead and start chapter 3, where we do the organic chemistry section.
So this is probably like experiments.
When do we know? Like, when are they
No.
going to announce it?
They are having a board meeting tonight.
So they're going to decide tonight.
They will know tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay!
I know.
I like just want to know.
I just want to know. I want to be here 4 days a week, but I just want to know. You know that on the left, I don't know if you have a formula. Okay, on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side, that's not what I wanted. You have equal numbers of atoms, right? Like I don't know your level of chemistry at all, but if you have like 4 hydrogens over here, you have to have 4 hydrogens over here. They're just rearranged.
Yes.
Okay. He's just not balanced equations, so.
I've done a couple.
Okay. That's what I don't know.
Maybe not
I kinda
super complex
understand.
ones.
Right. Let's see here. There we go. We are going to look at, again, in the next chapter, we are going to look about a lot of the biochemistry, which again are those carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. I will suggest for that chapter that you might need to do a little additional stuff, just because you're not as familiar with this. So I'll get you some videos and some stuff.
Academy.
Khan Academy, my science boyfriend has some good ones. Hank Green, Crash Course. He's got some good ones.
His brother wrote The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, his brother wrote The Fault in the Stars.
John Green.
Hank just wrote a fiction book over the summer.
Okay.
COVID.
I don't follow him.
I didn't read it. I would have read it if it were nonfiction. I like nonfiction. And fiction books, I like it when they die. Everybody dies. Like apocalyptic, end of the world, dystopian society.
It just
Like
ends with we're dead.
yes, like The
And
Road.
the world died. The
Like
end.
at the end, like
The
the,
end.
the globe explodes.
Yeah, there's like books like everybody falls in love and they like.
Once upon a time,
Like
condemned
that-
children.
that kinda life
for
isn't
children's
real.
book to make you feel
What are
better
you
there,
talking
and
Love is
then
a
somebody
fake.
died.
Death
Yes.
is real.
Not a fan of those ones. I did meet Nicholas Sparks once. He was a lovely man. Oh gosh, I was in college and he was signing a book. I think it might have been The Notebook because it was like his new book in 2002. Yeah. But other than that, not a fan. Okay. Test on next Monday. Whether you're all here or part of you are here,
We're taking a test.
taking a test.
Fun.
Okay. So tomorrow, everybody prepare to do packets and B group. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, B group.
Bye.